Welcome everyone to another story time with Miss Ariel. For this week, we are going to read about castles. And of course, we're going to have a craft too. So here you can see what your craft is going to look like. We're going to build castles. So you can pick those up all week, and let's get into some stories, okay? For the first story that I have, it is called Into the Castle, and it's written by June Crebin and illustrated by John Vidal Brunello. On the hill is a castle. Let's go and see. They say a monster lives inside, but no, that can't be. Around the castle is a moat where slimy green things grow. They say the monster swims in there, but that was years ago. Across the moat is a drawbridge that creaks and groans, they say, because the monster stamps across, but no one's here today. Beyond the drawbridge is a yard with a deep well built of stone. They say the monster comes to drink, but look, it's overgrown. Across the yard is a passage with a worn stone floor. They say the monster may it worn, but how can they be sure? Along the passage are some steps, curving underground. They say the monster thunders down, but I can't hear a sound. Down the steps is a heavy door with a lock and an iron key. I never heard them speak of that, so open up the door and see. It's a dark, dank dungeon with a bed and a wooden chair. But who is sitting very still in the shadows there? It's the monster! Run! Out the door, up the stairs, along the passage, across the yard, over the drawbridge, across the moat, down the hill and far away. The monster won't catch us today. But just a minute. What's that shout? Thanks for letting me out. I think that story took an unexpected turn. A good one, though. For the last story for this week, we are going to read Over at the Castle. And this book is written by Bonnie Ashburn and illustrated by Kelly Murphy. Over at the castle on the hill in the sun sit the old mother dragon and her little dragon one. Patience, says the mother. Okay, says the one. So they lays all day on the hill in the sun. Over at the castle, by the moat shining blue, stand the old gruff guard and his fellow guards too. Watch, says the guard, we watch, say the two. So they guard all day by the moat shining blue. Over at the castle, by the old willow tree, play the carefree lord and his little lords three. Romp, says the lord, on guard, say the three. So they play all day by the old willow tree. Now, begs the little dragon. Not yet, says his mother. So they lays the day away, a day like any other. Over at the castle, doing chore after chore, work the old trusty servant and her helper servants four. Hustle, says the servant. We hustle, say the four. So they work all day, doing chore after chore. Over at the castle, in the dungeon still alive, schemed the old Willy prisoner and his pet rats 5. Plan, says the prisoner. We plan, say the 5. So they plan their great escape in the dungeon, still alive. Over at the castle, in the kitchen built of bricks, cook the old master chef and her sous chef 6. Sauté, says the chef. Flambe, say the 6. So they cook all day in the kitchen built of bricks. Over at the castle, in a tower up to heaven, toil the old woman weaver and her little weaver 7. Spin, says the women. We spin, say the 7. So they spin all day in the tower up in heaven. Now, begs the little dragon. Not yet, says his mother. So they laze the day away, a day like any other. Over at the castle, in the hall grand and great, dance the guests at the party, a festive group of 8. Eat and drink, says the lord. Be merry, cry the 8. So they dance, eat, and drink in the hall grand and great. Over at the castle, brave and strong in a line, stand the knights in shining armor while they wait, all 9. Ready? Asks the leader. We're ready, say the 9. And they wait, mostly ready in a line. Over at the castle, for the bored and waiting men, jesters juggle and perform, entertainers all 10. More, say the men, like this, say the 10, who juggle and perform for the battle-ready men. Over at the castle, under clear dark skies, all the weary people rest and heave great sighs. They gaze out their windows with drowsy eyes as the castle yawns under the clear dark skies. Then, flame, begs the little dragon. Flame, says his mother. And then whoosh, and then another. Oh boy, says little dragon to his beaming proud mother, on this night at the castle, a night like any other. I think they had a good time. What do you guys think? Now, I will see you all next week for another story time. And don't forget to pick up your crafts this week either. Bye, guys.